Hey, Mar.
Andrew!
What's going on? You get divorced again, I heard?
Yeah, I did.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, I do.
All right, ready?
Here you go.
Welcome.
Two.
The.
Happy.
Never.
After.
Pod.
Podcast is one word.
I know, but that's why it's funny.
Oh, welcome to Happy Never After podcast.
Hey.
Andrew and Mara here.
Here we are.
Here we are. That's what my dad sounds like. Here we are.
Here we are. He sounds like a pirate.
He sounds like a Midwestern pirate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're going to get right a pirate down by the
You want some ice cream?
I guess that's more like vampire. We're going to get babe.
He always stands at the top of the stairs. Oh, you want a drumstick? You want? I'm
On
like,
the
Dad,
top of the stairs?
There's the freezer. The extra kitchen is downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So that's where like the extra meat and the frozen stuff is. So you just always go down and then get ice cream and come back up. I think you would eat like 2 or 3 of them and then come back upstairs.
He would?
I think so.
Was he a fat man? Or is he a fat man?
No, not at all.
No?
No, not even a little
Is he in
bit.
shape? Does he work out a lot?
Yeah, he's like short and stocky. I have the same body.
Yeah. Big, same cock. Same big, juicy meat
So he's
cock.
a fat fuck, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you're fat. I know I say it a lot to you secretly and in your ear, but I don't think
And out
so.
loud and on the phone, and I write it to you.
And I write to you. And I got a tattoo on my back that says Mars a bit chubby, but other than that,
You don't do that.
no.
Yes. Yeah, he does call me fat a lot.
She calls
do?
me fat all the time.
Well,
I have to lose weight. That pizza didn't help. Thanks a lot for having that today.
You only had 3 slices.
2.5. 2.5.
yeah,
Who's
he ate
counting?
half of mine.
Cold.
I like a cold
It's so
slice.
good, cold.
Oh, please.
Oh, I love it. Cold is way better.
You're both not New
Second day
Yorkers.
lasagna and cold pizza.
I hate that
the
so
best.
much, don't you? You're not New Yorkers because
You're
you
not.
don't like a warm pizza.
You're from Florida. You fucking.
You're from Jersey.
I'm from
You know-
Forest Hills, Queens.
You know how
idiots.
many fucking assholes come down to Florida and ruin it from fucking New York? So shut up. All of you. You've ruined Florida. My dad included. My dad moved down there. Yeah, you gotta have a skinny slice. You gotta have the water from the East River. It can't be from the Hudson because that's New Jersey. But we gotta have a skinny slice with just extra tomato, not too much cheese, not too much sauce. And you fold it down the middle and you fucking eat it hot. Because that's a New Yorker and that's what we do. Because we're all lumped in because we generalize so we don't feel alone in the world. Fucking unbelievable.
Unreal.
They fight with Chicago pizza. The thick pizza, that's not real pizza.
It's just a lot of bread, which it is a lot of bread.
It is a lot of bread.
It is
Maybe
a
they're
lot.
on this
It's a lot of gluten. Maybe everyone in New York is just gluten intolerant.
Well, fucking remember back in the day, New Yorkers love doing that too.
Yeah.
Back in the day when this city was something with CBGB.
I like to always bring out my California girl whenever I talk to like a real New Yorker. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's chill. It's just chill.
No, it's not chill.
I know, and then
Fucking
they
you-
get more and more mad. You're like, no, just calm, be zen, dude.
They
Just
want
bring
you
it out.
because they're feeling it and they need you to feel that panic. You feel it all the time when you go on the subway.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking. I do. I just want to be chill, bro.
Just want to be chill, bro. I went
And
hiking
then
on
there's a guy
Wednesday
in your
and I got
face. Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
And I came back and everyone's like, you're so chill. I was like, I am chill.
Yeah. You just want to chill.
I just want to chill.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Every time that I try to chat, someone's just like, "What, motherfucker? Hey, fuck you, bitch! This
like-
is New York." It's like I just want to chill, bruh. It is. It's fucking annoying. You can't fucking go a day just chilling all day.
What are you eating?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Move away from the microphone. I will murder you and fuck your dog. If you don't
Yeah.
away from the
Yeah, I want to see her fuck the dog.
I
microphone.
was thinking my day
Yeah.
would be so happy
Yeah.
with you guys having a conversation, with you being LA girl and you being me. I could just sit here listening to that all fucking
Yeah,
day.
because
and as I was
you
thinking
get hard
that,
with her
I was,
voice, and then you get hard with my voice being
You
you.
would
I
think
was
that he'd
just starting
cast us on anything.
Yeah, I know. I could sit here all day listening to that, and I was just sucking away thinking about that.
And I
And I apologize.
And then I was not chill, brah. I was
know.
not chill.
Being as a New Yorker, Marshall, do you
Yes.
feel that the attitude and the make it here, you can't make it anywhere is a little much.
It is much. But it's true.
It is harder to make it here financially, but I think living anywhere else is pretty tough to live other places and do other jobs.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
There's less like jobs where you can make good money.
There's less opportunity. Yep.
Yeah. There's like little things you can't hide. You can't just walk. New York's great. The best part about New York is when you go out with friends and you can just leave whenever you want, and no one cares.
And the weird thing about New York is that you run into people that you know everywhere. And you would think that it was not that way, but you always run into, you're like, hey.
Yeah. I don't know. I think with the best is you could hide behind thousands of other people.
That's true.
If you're in a small town, you could just see you down. Oh, there's Tommy from the hardware store. There he is. Oh,
and then everybody talked. Like when I went to Indiana and the neighbors of the chemist were like texting him about, I wanted to murder them.
You know how many times I've talked to my neighbor? I've lived in the same place 4 years. You know how many times I've talked to him? 0.
I talk to my neighbor a lot. I talk to everybody in my neighborhood a lot.
I don't know. You're like the queen of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Everyone, I do talk to everybody there every day, all the time. It's very strange.
When you go home, you mean?
When I go home, and like when I get up, like today I was taking out the dog.
Oh, you mean in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know all of my neighbors.
Oh, you're just a nice person.
I'm not a nice person. I don't want to know anybody.
Yeah, you got to do that. That's the way to go.
You don't think she's a nice person?
What?
You think she's a nice person?
She's okay.
I'm as nice as I am skinny in his mind.
Yeah, I'd go there. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think she's pretty nice. I don't think I'm that good of a person. I don't know. We don't do that many good things. She does help people with the training.
She does help people.
Yes, I help with training.
Yeah.
I do help people. I try to help people. But I feel like sometimes my delivery comes off a little gruff.
I do think you've come leaps and bounds from where you were. And me too, from where we were. Like, in helping and like being motivated and like being...
Yeah.
Putting yourself out there.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that, self-care is a big deal.
Yeah. Waxing your puss.
Well, I don't wax the puss.
Oh, well.
I'm blonde. I can just shave it.
Yeah, that's true. It's gotta be funny when a guy hooks up with you and then you have blonde pubic hair.
I know.
And black hair. I don't
It's
get
so light.
That's so weird.
Hilarious.
It's so light. My armpit hair is light. My arm hair is completely
Do you ever look in the
clear.
mirror and you're like, whose pussy is that? Is that my pussy?
Every day that I walk past, like if I shower at night and my eyebrows are gone, and then I wake up in the morning and I pass by the mirror, I'm like, ah!
We're talking about your eyebrows you put on every day?
Every day.
What? What?
I paint my eyebrows on.
You are a clown. You're a
Fake
clown.
eyebrows on?
I mean, it's just a pencil.
All right.
Yeah.
But hold on.
It's blonde
You
otherwise.
make your hair black
Correct.
how often?
Every 2.5, 3 weeks.
Do you ever feel like you're a character of yourself?
Yes.
I feel like that with my beard just now. And I look at myself, I'm like, who is that person? Especially when I have my mustache. It really fucks with my head. Like, I feel like I'm a pedophile. Like, it feels weird. Do you ever, when you look in the mirror, you're like, because you have all these changes? Because women do that a lot. Like, do you forget, like, is there any, like, yearning to be like, when I had blonde, I don't know. When you were like, do you forget who you are?
I forget that I have black hair a lot, and I'll pass by a mirror, and I'm like, oh yeah, whoop. I've had it for what, 4 years, 3 years now, and I still forget, and I still feel like I'm a blonde. I just don't miss everything that comes with being blonde.
What comes with it, you think?
A lot more sexual abuse from people.
Yeah.
Yeah. More, there's like, I worked at Sports Club LA on Sepulveda, and a lot of Persians, and it was just filled, that was the demographic that lived around there, so that was what was filling that place, and too much, they really, really put blondes on the throne. And there's too much
'Cause all their women are dark hair.
aggressive touching. Yes. And you're like, oh my God, I'm not really comfortable with all this. One time I just fell to the ground. Like this guy came to like basically hug me, and I just went whoop and just sat down. I was like, nope, don't touch me.
Really? And then I blew up.
Yeah. I was like, I'm down here.
Don't touch me, but I'll blow
I'll
you.
blow you.
I'll blow you. I mean, what else am I gonna do? I don't know. It's interesting because women tend to, with the makeup and everything. Like, do you feel like you become like more? Does it make you more confident? Do you become like a character? Like, I don't know. I sometimes feel like that.
I feel like I get to be more myself with this hair
Okay.
because I'm not just my outsides. With blonde hair, you're a sex object. With this hair, no one gives a fuck about you.
I don't know. I think guys probably find it sexy that you have jet black hair.
Every person that I tell that I had blonde hair before, they go, "Would you consider going back to that?
It'd be so
Would you
weird.
think that you could just go back to that?"
Yeah, I couldn't
I'm like,
see
no,
it.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Guys love imposing.
The chemist said that to me a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Because he knew me when I was blonde also.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'd like to see you back there. I was like, great.
You
I'd like
mind?
to see you 30 pounds lighter. Fuck yourself.
Like to see you not bald.
Like
Well,
just
he's
being
not
a,
bald,
a
but-
nice person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever? It's funny that he's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went out with that bald guy.
Yeah, you went out with a bald guy.
When?
Mara
Wow,
loves destroying her dates before going out with him. She's like, yeah, he's bald and she'll say like 15 negative things about the person. And so the date's going to go well.
Well, I don't like to have the expectations too high.
Or at all.
Yeah. So I went out with him and he,
A bald guy?
yes. Remember I met him? He was the pilot.
You know what? I've seen some of the guys Mara's gone out with.
Yeah.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable taste buds, man.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You
Well,
have
I
better,
like their
you have better
charm.
taste buds than she does.
I'm a Harvard guy.
I know.
Yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
I'm not attracted. I don't usually see, I feel like everybody looks the same until you get to know them.
Okay.
So I went out with him.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
that
you
makes
say
sense.
you'll literally pick apart every single thing of people's looks.
I said
Everybody
he was,
looks the same.
He's tall, he
until-
was athletic.
Yeah.
He was bald.
And he was a lawyer,
He was
right?
a lawyer.
Yeah.
I did pick him apart about the lawyer thing when I got there. So I sat down. I was like, so what do you do now? Because he asked me what I do. And I was like, a lot of things. Because you don't want to tell them that you do stand-up comedy. Because then they're like, ooh, right away. So I was like, I do a lot of things. And then I said I personal train. But I told him that I worked at the Dream Hotel. And he brought me to the Dream Hotel. And I was like, let's not.
Yeah.
So I started out saying hello to all the bouncers right when I got there.
It's like me bringing the date to
The show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Isn't it funny
it'd be
how
like
the
if-
last show he was like, he's just waiting for her. She's just waiting to talk about herself and her own date. And then this is. I just want to side note.
I saw it.
Just
Yeah. Yeah.
You're both a little narcissistic. Let's go.
a little. We're both very.
You know what I'd love,
It's
though?
not
I'd
a-
love if you guys did an impression of me for 3 days. But I'm not narcissistic, though.
I'm not. I ain't narcissistic.
You're not narcissistic?
I just glad. I love how you do it. It makes me happy.
Yeah. Well,
I don't need to hear myself.
Okay, so I meet him, and he is bald still, and and he already was there with like an empty drink, and I was 2 minutes late.
okay.
And I texted him. I was like, "Hey, I'm just parking. I'll be there in a second." And so I was being polite, and then I was like, "Oh, your drink's empty. You've been here for a while." And he's like, "Yeah, this is my second drink." I was like, "Oh, okay," and which I thought was weird.
Total.
Yeah. So, because he already told me that he like did jujitsu until 6:15, and we were meeting at 7. So I was like, sometime in between 6:15, you had to shower, change, get here, and drink 2 drinks.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Well,
well,
he didn't have to wash his hair.
so
It's amazing.
Do you still wash your head if you're bald?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to use,
you use soap?
shampoo.
Maybe
Do you use soap?
I think you may have to use like Head and Shoulders to like make sure you don't have dandruff because that
Okay.
would like be a big
Yeah, dandruff
deal,
with
right?
a bald head. Yeah,
You can still have dandruff if you ever.
Yeah, that's your scalp. That's not your hair.
You think dandruff comes with the hair?
I don't know what the fuck it does.
I mean, you with your hair. You
All right,
just,
shut
you
up.
look
Let's
so-
go on.
Okay, so we are talking about what he does. He does emerging markets, global emerging markets. And I was like, okay, so what? Okay, got it. What does that mean? And then he immediately went, because he said he followed me on Instagram and he could see that I was blonde. Speaking of blonde, I felt like he started treating me like I was an idiot. And I said, "What does that mean?" And he said, "Well, like China." Da, 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 da. I go, "Yeah, I know geography. I just don't know what you do." And
that was like a good Marlon
So
Brando.
wait, did he bring up you were blonde? So
Yes.
then he went deep in your Instagram.
yeah.
Oh, you have to go deep.
You have to go
Yeah.
deep.
Unless she puts on some
Oh,
throwbacks.
that's even weird to do that.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. So he literally opened. He whatever. Maybe he didn't mean to offer that, but
Yeah, he probably messed up on that. So, and so I said, "Yeah, I know where countries are. I just don't know what you do." So he was trying to tell me, and then he wasn't explaining it really well. And I said, "Can I just ask you a question?" Because I was just reading. I love bridges, and I was reading about this bridge in Mozambique, which is the longest suspension bridge.
oh yeah.
And it's not very pretty. I like pretty bridges. And but then I was reading the article and it said that it was cutting down 2.5 hours of people's commute time, which was increasing their capital. Like everything was great about this bridge, but China was paying for it. So I was like, why the fuck would China pick up this project in bumfuck Mozambique? And then so I was like, I asked him, I was like, "Oh, this is you." So I asked him, and then he was like, "Let me show you a picture of a bridge that I took in Slovakia." Seriously. And so he showed me the picture. This is like, he took a picture. It was the main focus of the picture was this house behind the bridge, and you could just see like one little lamp. And I was like, "This is a picture for sure." And then he was like, "Let me show you around." So he never answered my question, so I had to go home and Google. So then he showed me around the bar that I worked at. He was like, "There's an upstairs." I go, "Yeah, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I told you I worked here." And
This is a successful date.
so we went upstairs and we walked around, and it was friends. It was not friends. It was members of the gym were having an art show, and they were like, "Come, Mara, come." So they had an open bar, so he never even bought me a drink or food. And then he was like, "Let's meet for dinner." I was like, "There's no food here. Why are we here?" And
Yeah, it's also annoying. You're at a place where other people
That
people you
know me.
Yeah, on a first date.
so then the open bar people were like, "Have drinks on us." And he was like, "Yeah, let's have a drink." So he's on his third drink. I'm holding my one drink for an eternity. And then I said, "You promised me food." There's been no food. I am starving. You know how I love food. And so I was like, I gotta go. So I just left. And he's like, "Let me walk you to your car." And I was like, "No, it's okay." And he's like, "Let me walk you." And I was like, "Fine." So he walked me, and then he went to lean in for the kiss.
See, here we go.
But I gave him a ton of reasons why
Yeah.
he shouldn't. I never turned my chair towards him. Like he kept trying to like tap me, and I was like doing one of these.
So when he goes in, what happens?
I just leaned back.
Okay.
And then I opened the door,
That's so
like
weird.
basically into his chest of the
Wow.
car.
And what did he do?
He was like, "It was nice meeting you." I was like, "Nice meeting." And then he said goodbye like 3 different times. And then I said, "Well, I'll see you later." And I go, "No, I won't." I was like,
That's what that girl did to me.
"Oh no."
She did?
No, I'm just saying. She said she had a great time. She'd want to do it again. What? So did he text you after that?
Yeah, he did. So
And?
I blocked it.
You blocked his text,
Yeah.
so you wouldn't write him.
Right. Not that I wouldn't write him, so that he couldn't write me.
So he knows now that it's blocked.
Yeah, because it'll come back. It's blocked.
I almost feel bad for the guy.
I don't know.
Why? He was
a
like
total
50.
Dick. He was
It's
a total
fine.
dick.
Yeah.
He's a total asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she blocked him.
Why wouldn't
He
you?
would get the. Was he writing you a lot?
Had a great time.
Yeah, I don't.
wanna
He
see
only
you
needs to
again.
write me one time.
He's a fucking asshole.
Jesus, Marshall.
I blocked somebody once after I fucked him.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he chased me down the hallway naked. And I was like, and he goes, "Am I going to see you again?" And the elevator's like, and I go, "No."
He had an elevator that opened right to his house.
Yeah.
Whew, you
And
should've
I
stuck
snuck
onto
out.
that.
No, I snuck out.
You snuck out nude?
I snuck out with clothes on. He ran.
I didn't know when you block someone. I didn't know you could block someone from texting you.
Yeah, you
Also,
can block all
I didn't know the
contact.
person knew that his texts were being blocked.
Yeah.
Did
It
you
just-
know this?
I had no idea.
Oh, what a great voice!
He's got a great fucking
Yeah.
I know.
See, if you had his voice, Andrew, you could get jobs at the
Oh
lounge.
my gosh. Paul Schissler is joining us, our guest today. Paul Schissler.
Sorry,
Thank you. Thank you for
Sorry,
having me.
AC.
Yeah.
We're changing gears a little bit. This is normally a divorce podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's introduce them.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
How much more do I have to say his name?
Oh, he's a comedian.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now
Comedian.
we're good. All right,
Okay.
now we're good. It's about
Writer, comedian,
All right.
That
friend.
sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great.
Just a
Good-looking
guy.
man. Good-looking
Very
young
good looking.
boy.
If you're
How old-
watching the video.
How old are you?
27.
Oh, 20. God, he does have a good voice. Marshall.
Married man.
Yeah, very married.
Very married. Yes.
11 months in.
Wow.
Yesterday was our 11-month anniversary.
Who knew that?
Just me and my wife. And the thousands at our
You
wedding.
haven't been celebrating a month, have you? Have
We've
you
been celebrating every day.
Oh, my God.
my
I just have to say that. I know she's going to listen. I have to say that.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh
are
my
really
God.
cute.
That's good.
We
I
do
just
a monthly date, though. We do a monthly date.
A monthly
Marshall.
date, Yeah.
Really?
You got it.
No,
This
he-
is a lovey-dovey. I said we're changing gears. We're gonna be.
Yeah,
this
he's
is-
very Christ-like.
Yes,
I think.
he loves the Lord.
He loves the Lord.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, and the Lord loves all of you too,
Yes.
though.
I don't know. I don't know about me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey,
He loves Roy
especially
Moore?
you.
Really?
He loves
Yeah.
Roy Moore.
He
Especially.
does. He does.
Roy Moore.
Yes.
You gotta love the worst the most.
Okay. Well, I'll take it. Wow, that might just change my life.
Aw.
Maybe I'll start a relationship with the Lord.
Why not?
Do you do prayer
Yeah, of course.
when you're by yourself?
Just all the time.
All the time?
On the subway when I want to kill people when there's train traffic.
You get angry?
before the podcast. Yeah, man. How do you live in the city and not get angry? Like,
Yeah.
I know.
at least 1,000 times a day.
But do you think that loving the Lord, you wouldn't get so angry to begin with? Or the anger, you can't stop the anger?
I think you'll just always have anger.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lifetime
Jesus got
of-
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
remember when he went into the
Justified
temple and they were selling things in there and he started throwing the tables and like, this is not where you sell things.
They didn't give him a discount?
You're just pissed.
I want to buy shoes. I'm so sick of these sandals.
And they're like, we don't know what shoes are. And you're like, oh. He's like, I can see into the future. I know.
So, wait, when did you get into the Lord? When you were a kid? Like, where are you
Yeah,
from?
I mean, I grew up in the South and grew up in the church.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Where in the South?
Was born in Georgia, then lived in Alabama, then moved to Florida.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
you.
yeah, you're a Florida guy
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, we're in Florida.
Titusville, Florida.
Okay, that's
Cape
like
Canaveral.
Yeah, I was in
Yeah.
Vero Beach, which isn't far.
Oh,
from
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So you saw the,
The
shuttle.
next 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the shuttle launches in
They
Cape
were
Canaveral.
cool.
Yeah.
Night launches are cool.
The
You know-
shuttle?
Yeah, the shuttle.
Space shuttle.
What? They
NASA.
got space shuttles?
You act like that's not a big deal. That fucking astronaut shit isn't cool as fuck.
Astronauts? There are
I mean,
down in Florida?
mocking the scientists at NASA.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What?
Are you
No,
done?
I know we're at Cape Canaveral. I
So
know.
you grew up in the South.
Yeah.
Titusville's kind of south.
But no,
in Florida,
Florida's not really the South, except for northern.
if you compare it to Alabama and Georgia. But
Yeah, true.
when you go more north of Florida, when you get towards Titusville, there's less diversity.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still there's southern roots. If you go literally 20 miles away from the beach, it gets pretty fucking
Yeah.
southern.
Yeah, there's like a small town right outside of our town that was like very country.
Yeah. So
Very-
so
yeah.
your country, you're going to church, and what? And who brought you to your like every Sunday?
Yeah, my mom. So I was raised by my mom, and like she worked at our church growing up, and
Your pops didn't go?
he went too, but we just lived in different states. So it was sort of like, hey, you want to fly in every Sunday to go to church with?
So your parents are divorced.
Yeah. So my parents split when I was like 5, and then after that we moved to Florida. That's where my mom's family is.
Okay.
Did she get remarried?
No, she just like that's what my greatest influence, like being a Christian and everything, is like my mom. She just like devoted her life to her kids and like never spoke ill of my dad. Was just always very selfless and like loved everybody and made sure to like help everybody. So like growing up with that role model, like that was like a huge impact to me. Like
Yeah.
I wanna
She's
be
like an
this
angel.
person. Yeah.
It's so sweet.
She's an
That's why
actual
you're so
angel.
nice.
That's why you're so like put together.
Yeah.
So divorce at the.
Can we move
talk
in with your mom?
Yeah, I know. Most of the time when I talk about my mom, people are like, "Is she alive?" Like she's around us right now.
You're like Sarah McLachlan, just start singing in the arms of.
That's always playing when
Yeah.
she walks around.
Why did they get divorced? Do you feel like? Or
I
you were
don't wanna
5.
talk
You're
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, we'll just ask
Thanks,
Jesus
though.
later.
Well, I'll head out.
I don't know.
I got a couple long
Where can
phone
we
calls.
find you?
I'm gonna go journal for 3 hours and just pray in general.
Can we read it on here? All right. So then you move. Okay. You don't want.
Okay, so fast forward, you in your own relationships,
Yeah.
you started dating, and then you made a commitment to the Lord to not have sex, right?
Yeah,
Until
yeah.
you got married.
Waited till marriage to
Yeah.
not do it. Yes, everyone does.
When
you
did
know,
you
you move
looking
up
at
to
me
the
for?
city and you're like, oh, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
So-
I'm looking at you because you're over there eating candy,
I
and
am
all of a
not
sudden, as soon as
bullshit.
he was like, I didn't fuck till I was married, you were like, huh?
At what age did you decide to make this like
To,
a
like,
priority?
stop?
Yeah, to be
Or to not?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Maybe like high school.
Do you think it's because you were so attractive that you knew you could fuck anyways?
100%. Yeah. It's like, well, I have the power. Why would I fly?
Yeah.
That's why Superman never killed anyone. He's like, it's too easy.
Yeah.
I gotta just not. I gotta give myself a challenge to,
I know.
have some fun in life.
I know. I know how you feel, bro. I know how you feel.
You bear that cross. You
Every
get
day.
it. You know?
Every day. Wow. So yeah. Okay. So you're in. But
I think it was around high school. I don't like really remember, but
Yeah.
I remember having conversations.
did you have a high school girlfriend?
I dated. I had maybe like 1 or 2 girlfriends in high school.
Yeah.
but they were like high school. They lasted for like I don't know, a month tops.
Because you wouldn't give it up.
They're like, you suck. I'm like, what? You're saving it too. They're like, I can't handle this.
I decided
No.
not to have sex until I was married because I watched those videos. Did you watch those videos of the abortion, like a late term abortion?
I never saw that stuff.
Oh, in our private Catholic school, they showed us the video of a late term, like, awful abortion.
Oh, my
and so
gosh.
I was like, oh no, I'm never having sex.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was so
That's a good
graphic.
move. That's why I don't eat
that's,
chicken.
That's because of the same video, but you're just like associated with chicken. See, I didn't grow up Catholic. We didn't have any hardcore stuff. We just talked about stuff a lot, like very casual. I think that helped.
Were you afraid of STDs at all? I had
No.
a big fear of STDs.
I probably didn't even know what STDs were.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even in my realm.
Do you know now?
Sure, they're
mean-
How
hurt
great would it be,
feelings and-
though?
Hurt feelings.
If you got married and had sex and got herpes,
I
would
thought
be
about
the
that.
best thing on earth. It would be unbelievable. I mean, it would suck for you, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? No, a guy holding out, and then,
It's like, wow, it's yeah.
yes.
Well, I don't.
yeah, yeah. Let's put that out there.
I might. I just don't know what they are.
So when you met your current wife, told her of this commitment that you made?
Yeah, I mean, we met at church,
Okay.
so it was like everything. We're on the same level.
I don't know. I have a client who's like super religious. She was like, "Oh, I can't have men stay in my apartment, like even if they're friends staying,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the town for the weekend." But then she's like, "Yeah, I fuck," and I was
Yo,
like,
what?
"What? You can't have
Yeah.
like you gotta go all
Be
in."
consistent with whatever you decide.
Well,
just
you
be
could go in the
consistent.
confession booth and then fucking there.
It's like eating while taking a dump,
Yeah.
which I agree with. I think you can.
After marriage. After marriage.
Yeah, after I got married, then I started eating
while
pizza
you
while
shit.
pooping.
Yeah. And fucking in confession booth.
Yeah.
So you went to, where did you go to college?
I went to college at Auburn University.
Okay. Oh, so you went back to the South, back to
Yeah.
Alabama. Yeah. And so, did you meet anyone there? Were you tested at all throughout all this?
Oh,
Or-
yeah.
yeah. And you would do everything but have sex.
I would like peek over the fence, you know?
peek over the fence.
Like, whoa.
No butt sex though.
No, I don't
No,
agree
but-
with that either. People are like, well, butt sex is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, sex isn't the word, so I don't know. Maybe.
Well, oral sex.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, you could just stop. Just say butt and oral. Just take the sex.
I don't know.
out.
If you don't say sex, then it's not.
Yeah.
They call it blowjob from where I'm from.
Well, there was a girl in my high school that would only, which she would take it in the butt because she was religious, and everyone was like, "That is so much naughtier." But,
Yeah. It's like it's so much more hardcore to me.
Yeah.
Like,
She must have a really horrible asshole now.
well, the Lord loves it. No, I don't know. Yeah, we're coming off really anti-religion. I whatever. I don't mind religion, but so you like dabbled though.
Yeah.
And so you almost got there.
Yeah, there's a couple times where I'm like, in your head, you're like, just go for it, Paul. You're like, God will forgive you. Just go for it.
And do you drink?
Yeah.
Oh, you do drink. Okay.
Yeah, there's a period
I
where
would never.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah.
I am not Christian when I drink.
No.
I'm extra Christian when I drink.
Yeah, you get more religious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't.
I see you
I don't like to
lashing
drink a
yourself.
lot,
Do you
but-
lash yourself?
You guys don't have one of those where you just whip your back, rips flesh out of your back
What?
to get the sin out?
So you've come close. So you do drink. So you did party in college then, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't keep away from.
Yeah, it was still like,
So you
in
tested
the world,
yourself.
but not of it.
Yeah. But you tested yourself.
Yeah, I would really push myself. Because
Yeah.
it's like everything that you want to do. And that's one of the questions oh, you didn't have sex, so you didn't want to? Like,
Yeah.
of course I did,
Well,
you
you
know?
was
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That was
Oh, so
almost
you did
like,
masturbate.
you did, didn't you? Show us.
But I didn't think about vagina. I thought about
Mary
tractors.
Magdalene.
I thought about tractors. Whoa, where did you?
Yeah, what?
Mary Magdalene.
We were thinking,
No.
I was
Jesus'
thinking
mom?
soda, you were
Yeah.
thinking tractors.
Jesus' mom. Yeah.
That does it. Yep.
I mean, it's got to be such having this conversation about being a virgin until you're 27 because people probably think you can fuck. It had to have been annoying. You probably wanted to almost get married just to fuck to stop having a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't really start talking about it until,
Stand up.
yeah, 3 years into stand-up. They're one of my best friends, Keel. You guys know Keel, Howard Stone, redhead.
Yes,
Blank
yes.
stare.
Great comic. Great comic.
Great
Yeah,
comic.
yeah.
He was the one that, I mean, he's not Christian or anything like that, but when he found that out, he was like, you have to talk about that.
Wait, does he run that hostel show with you?
No.
Okay.
No.
So
But he was
found
the first
out.
one that was like, you have to talk about this.
How did it come up?
I don't know, just
Yeah.
sex talks with dudes.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually.
So
and
when
he was
40-year-old
like,
virgin
The whole,
came out.
for 3 years.
When 40-year-old virgin came out, you're like, that is me. And
I was like, you know that documentary about that? Like, what if they made a younger version? He was like, why do you want to know that?
so they were talking about sex, and you were like, I never had sex. And you were 20, at this point, you were
24, 20.
I was like 24.
Yeah.
And he was like, you should talk about that.
Yeah.
And it was like very freeing to not be afraid to talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
Because it used to be, I would just avoid conversations about sex, so people would just assume like, yeah, Paul bangs.
Paul
Which is
only-
also bad too. I shouldn't I also didn't want that image, so why would I just let it be like,
yeah, Paul fucks so much.
but at the same time he doesn't because he's a good Christian guy. Like there's so much conflict.
Little
there.
they know you just 69. That's all.
With
Paul
my pillow
does.
at night crying
Yeah.
in the shower.
Yeah, while saying Hail Mary. So you meet your wife. How old are you when you meet your wife?
Well, we were friends for 2 years.
Okay.
So when we first met, I was like 24, maybe.
Did you have any breakups before this, like bad breakups?
Yeah.
In college? Or what? Or
No,
after?
in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it was like a long, serious relationship, and that ended. And there was one right after that was like, it was like, those that are like really intense, really fast, and you're like, this is it, this is it, this is
Yeah.
it. And you're like, that was obviously not it. I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds like the
Do you
first
meet
time
them
you
all
probably
in the
had sex.
church?
what?
Do you meet them all in church?
No.
Okay.
No. I used to not even date a lot like girls from church.
That makes no sense.
I know. I've had this conversation with people too, but it was like this because I knew I wanted to be married and stuff. It was like a way for me to just like date and have fun without any sort of pressure to like,
That makes sense.
there's intention to marry this person. Because like I still want to go out and have fun and just date and everything. So it was like, oh, if I don't.
Did
date
you want to
someone from
marry
church-
another virgin? Was that important to you?
No. I mean, it like added bonus, but wasn't like mandatory.
He wanted someone that with experience.
Yeah. That fucked.
Show me the ropes.
Marry someone
Maybe
who's
use some
65.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So you...
I've seen your blog.
Yeah. Did, so
Very graphic.
the breakups, though, like, why do you think they happened? Was there pressure?
It was
to
just
ha-
like the first big bad one was just I knew like for a long time, like, this isn't someone I want to marry. Mm-hmm. So it's wrong for me to like keep dating them. But then I just kept dating them because I still like cared about this person and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I always knew in the back of my head, like, I know I don't like see myself marrying this person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just gotta stop.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known those things.
Yeah, we just had a guy here that married five.
Five
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Never lost his virginity though.
Yeah.
Just lost a bunch of houses.
Yeah.
That's like doing it right.
So you date your wife, and when do you know that? Like, so you're friends for 2 years.
Yeah, we were friends for 2 years, and she's a little bit older than me. She's a counseling background. So when we were friends, I always looked at her as this older girl from church who I could like talk about all my girl problems with, and just really build a friendship. So we had 2 years of that. She knows all my girl crap, and I know all her guy stuff, and there was just a lot of trust there already. So when we first started dating, it was like,
How did you transition from friends to dating, though?
What did you do?
we just started going to dinners more. We'd
Yeah.
like meet up for dinners and just talk a lot. And I was dating someone who was like a year older than her, and
You like the older ladies.
it was at that time I was like, oh, why have I never tried asking her out on a date? Obviously, age isn't an issue or anything. And it was at that dinner when I realized that. I was like, oh. And then I broke up with this other woman, and after a couple dinners more with my wife now, we like started dating.
Did you have a discussion about dating, or did you just go in for a kiss at one point?
No, we had a discussion. There was a date that I wanted to kiss her, but on that date, she was talking about how a guy friend of hers tried to make a move on her, and she just shut him down. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I agree with that. And that was like the dinner I wanted to kiss her. But right when we started dating, it was like a week or two in. And she
was probably
said,
like-
I love you.
She said, "I love you."
Whoa.
But it was a week or two in, but it was a 2 year of
Yeah.
her opening.
2 years and 2 weeks.
So even when she said it, we both knew, right? And I waited like a month to say it back.
oh, no.
Wow.
But I told her, I was just like,
Yeah.
this is, if I say I love you, like, I'm only saying I love you to someone who I know I want to spend my life with. And so it's like very serious. I've never said this to someone before. Even though I knew, I'm like, I do love her too. I still waited.
Yeah.
So did you have the fuck talk, or you just not?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go? Were you like, I just don't?
So do you bang or?
You go lower voice.
Hey.
Wait, so then, was she? I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how much. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, should we ask
Well, the
about
whole
the
love
wife?
thing is like so. Like, I can't even imagine like saying I love you to someone, like someone else, like, and like, because you feel that when you're a kid. There's that.
I don't know. Within 3 weeks, they say it to
Yeah.
me every time.
They do.
Every time.
I
And
feel
then I
like
go,
it-
oh, so much.
I don't know. I feel like it gets.
Why's your voice so high?
Yeah.
I gotta go.
You're rad. you're rad, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm so disconnected because I haven't dated whatever for like 16 years. So it just feels very disconnected from saying it, like and like meaning
Yeah.
it. It's got no. I'm just like jealous that he like
I
said it
know.
and like meant it and like this friendship that I don't know. It just sounds pure and it sounds
It
nice.
sounds so nice.
Yeah, it does.
It does sound like all those 80s romance songs.
I've
I've been listening to a lot of 80s romance songs.
So you have
lately.
how long did you date before you got married?
11 months. No, maybe
Okay.
10 months.
Before you got married.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we dated for like 10 months, and then we went out to her parents' place out in California, and
You asked.
I talked to her parents. I was like, can we have a conversation?
Yeah.
And her mom knew, and she was like, if you're going to have a conversation, you both need to be there.
Oh.
Because like
Wow.
you're gonna come like if you're gonna do this together, you should both come to us together to talk about
Maybe
this.
we should love the Lord.
I don't know. It sounds like an episode of like Dawson's Creek.
I love this so much.
I know.
I just feel like
It's so funny when you act tough and like disconnected, and then you're like, I just want to find someone fucking too, man. I just want to. I don't want to meet their parents. I want their parents to be dead, but I don't want to have that talk. But this sounds great.
I'm sick of dating the parents. Okay.
I mean, just be friends with people first. Like our whole relationship thing was very anticlimactic and not romantic, and that's what made it really good because it wasn't any sort of like when I realized I loved her, it wasn't this like,
Yeah.
It was just so like, oh,
Yeah.
it's you. It was
Yeah.
one of those things.
Gross.
So you're both invited to church this Sunday.
I think I'd
There's
melt.
an evening
Yes.
service too.
I think I'd start melting.
There's an evening
I'm gonna
service. They
meet
play
somebody.
jazz.
And ruin them. Okay.
You're gonna meet somebody, and his name is Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, I take it back. I take it back. It's
And he
cool. It's
mows
cool.
my lawn. Okay. All right. Hey.
Someone's from Florida.
Yeah. Actually, we had a guy that mowed our lawn. His name was Don. Don. I'm Don. And he would wrestle alligators and bears. He was
Whoa.
a fucking badass, dude.
You had a guy mow your lawn,
Yeah.
and you had BMXs at your birthday
Yeah,
parties?
I know.
You're
Whoa,
so
what?
rich.
Yeah, really right.
Did you grow up really rich?
Yeah. A lot of land. Yeah, just too much land. Really.
And a lot of oil.
So I moved up to New York to connect with the people.
I'm a dog walking just for fun. You know? I really have millions of dollars. No, I grew up pretty rich. I don't know. My dad was a doctor, but it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
like insane money. But it was good. It was
Doctor
good
money's good.
Doctor
Especially
money's
in
good.
Florida, it goes a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Land and such.
Let's talk about the
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah. So the doc. So you're doctor.
Because we do. Because our show is about divorce.
Yep.
But we want to talk about a successful marriage. So you
Yeah.
currently have one.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the mayor. I want to know the wedding night and
Okay.
did you lose your virginity the first- that night?
Still hasn't,
That's when he
haven't
had
lost
the-
it. So I can
Yeah. No, so you're getting married. I mean, there's got to be so much tension in your pants.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah.
So you
And just
know,
like this identity of like who I've been
Yeah,
for the last
that's what I'm
26
saying.
years. And my stand up was about like being a virgin. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm
that
gonna lose it all.
Well, no, you could do a before
I
and
can't ruin
after.
my act.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
still talk about it.
Yeah, and I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do. But before that,
So the
just-
wedding. So where was the wedding?
wedding was in San Diego. That's where she's from.
Okay.
And her dad has a church
What
there.
part?
Vista.
Oh, nice. Inland.
Yeah.
Shuttle.
Space Center's there. Right.
Trees.
I grew up there.
Oh, you grew up in
mean,
San Diego?
Well,
Yeah.
when I was 15, yeah.
So go through so you're getting married and then you know
Yeah.
you want to lose your virginity, but do you?
And I tell her that I'm like, look, I really want to lose it. It'd be cool if you do too.
Do you masturbate before the wedding?
No.
So you're ready. So how
I'm,
many
like,
days
ready.
are you in to not masturbating?
I don't know. I mean, I tried to wait like a really long time.
Did you really?
Of course,
Oh
man.
my god, dude! You must have
Yeah.
been fucking insane.
Yeah, my eyes were bleeding. I couldn't make eye contact with people. I stayed home,
Oh
quit my job.
God. How long was the service? Too long.
It was like 30 seconds.
I
and
do. It might be.
I was like shouting at her dad, like,
Say yes! Give me the ring.
yeah.
Put the cock ring on.
But our wedding was on New Year's Eve. And
Yes.
we had our reception turned into like a New Year's Eve party. So it was like a 5
Oh my
hour
god!
party.
So go in the bathroom. And just fun. Can you imagine if you just had sex in the bath, like horrible, shitty?
Don't the Jews do like 45
Don't
minutes?
the Jews.
There's a little bit of animosity in there.
She says Jew so hard,
RJ,
dude.
yeah.
Don't they have like a 45-minute fuck session in between the ceremony and the
Oh, I
reception?
Like
Ah,
the
that's
cocktail
smart.
hour.
That's smart though.
It is. Well, 2 of my cousins converted, and then that seemed to happen at both of them.
Oh, they were just whores.
Well, my family does it. So culturally, what is?
Did the Jews fuck on top of the cake in front of everybody? Did the Jews?
Just
The
like
Jews.
just like my cousin.
Did the
This
Jews?
is a much different show now.
Yeah.
What do the Jews do?
So you're all ready. You're pent up. You're ready to go. The
Yeah,
fucking
the
thing's too long.
Party's
You're getting
going
drunk.
so long. Not that drunk. Because
Okay.
they still got to like drive us home to the
What?
hotel.
You had to
Not
drive.
home. Yeah.
You didn't get a car.
didn't have, like, a
to
limo?
drive?
Nah, man, weddings are so expensive.
That's what you cut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You know.
No, it's smart.
You guys are so disappointed
I
that
know.
we didn't have some chauffeur drive us
Yeah.
while we
Or
like
sit in
an
the back.
Uber.
But that's
Yeah.
even more awkward to me. Like some guys driving us while we know like we're gonna go to our honeymoon
doesn't-
suite, and I just
Okay,
I'd
so
rather
you're
just be
driving.
us.
Roadhead.
Yeah, we went from yeah, we dove right in, man. 2
Move your
a.m.
veil.
I can't drive, but keep sucking. Like I love once you get married.
You really
just become,
captured my
the
voice,
dirtiest, the dirtiest fucking man ever. Like I've been waiting now suck my dick while I drive this fucking Volkswagen. So anyway, so then you get
It was
there.
a Hyundai.
It was a Hyundai. Yeah. So you get to the apartment or you got a suite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, because you didn't get a driver, so you get the suite. And then boom, you go right at it.
Yeah, we like took our time.
Oh.
We like showered.
Did you put on music?
No.
Flowers?
Silence. Lights on, silence, very
Stare
still.
right in the eyes. Oh my
No
God.
talking, just heavy breathing.
Candles?
No candles.
No just darkness.
No, just lightness. Like lights on.
Oh, lights on.
And just took our time and like we talked beforehand, like about the wedding, the reception, and like we prayed beforehand.
You prayed beforehand?
Yeah, man.
Nothing sexier than
Because it's
prayer.
not just like
Yeah,
sex and marriage is not just like, hey, this is this physical exchange. This is done with you. It's like a very like spiritual, physical, everything coming together.
You guys, you and I have a very parallel sexual.
Yeah, you lost it on coke to a 50-year-old man. Yeah.
Molly.
Or Molly, sorry.
Oh.
I lost mine in a very non-religious way either. But
When did you lose yours?
I was 19. I was kind of old.
I was not Molly the first time.
Yeah, you
Okay.
weren't.
No.
But it was
You
the
weren't on
first
Molly.
night.
I was not.
It
That
was the
was a
first
joke.
night.
That's good.
You hooked up with him, right? Or
Yeah.
the second? Yeah.
Yeah. I waited till I was married too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait,
I
no,
was-
but you had sex with him before
yeah,
you got
had-
married.
Yeah. I mean, like.
No, so you didn't wait
I
till
didn't wait. I lied.
Yeah. You lied in front of God.
It's okay. Like, I'm not going to judge you.
I waited till my first husband. I forget. Anyway, continue.
So, okay, so yeah, I don't know. We were kind of like in the heat. So then you pray and then you have sex.
Yeah.
How long did you last the first time?
I honestly lasted like almost 10 minutes.
Wow.
And
You timed?
no, but I just like looking back, I'm like, it was probably about 10 minutes. Because, and I realized like there's so much going on in my head.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much like thinking about like, we're doing it.
Yeah.
And that almost takes you out of doing it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. You're
and,
not
like,
present.
Yeah. So I'm just like, there's so much going on in my head because there's been such like a long wait until this very moment.
Condom or no condom?
No condom. Nah, man.
Hell no. You don't wait
I've never-
27
never.
years. You never have worn a condom.
no.
That's great.
That's disgusting. Anybody have sex with a rubber bag?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe over your own head.
I wait
hot.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be, you're into that. So, wow, no condom. Wow. You must have went nuts when you came because you waited so long.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm like, let's book Paul so we can talk about a successful marriage. And you're like, so you condom? You must have been crazy when you came.
This whole time, Andrew's been taking notes too. Like, yeah, more detail.
I don't know how specific I could get. I don't know. It's just very intriguing.
You're very
to me.
curious.
I mean, no, it's just funny. I like just the idea of holding on to anything, especially
Yeah,
your virginity, and then when you get it, and then the feeling afterwards. It's like when you get on equated like a great show, right? And then you get that feeling, even if it went great, whatever. I'm just saying it went so good, and this idea has been in your brain for 27 years, right? And then you come, and then it's like, that was it? Or is it?
And then I like
That was
changed my
it.
name.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying though, it's like
I'm black now.
Yeah.
It was so I had a lot of conversations with like my wife and I. We talked about it a lot beforehand. Like,
Yeah.
we know it's
But you
not
talk.
going to be like
No
a
one
good
talks about it.
experience.
Like, you know what I mean? Like no, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you talked. Like there was so much work up to it. Like no one
Yeah.
talks about it.
What
Really?
about the work up to it?
Or like talks about we're gonna have sex and when we're gonna have like what was the?
I mean,
talk?
we did.
What
We
was-
talked about that stuff, knowing like, hey, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And that made it so much better. Like going in, and, like communicating all that stuff
Yeah.
and talking with all my other like married men friends.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, look, man, here's some tips and it's not going to be great. it's going to be really awkward. And
Yeah.
like just knowing and like having comfortable conversations about that stuff helps so much.
She
one of
fucks
my-
in alleys.
No, I don't. Hallways. Okay.
Always. They're enclosed. They're safe.
yeah.
the door's open. But yeah.
So communication's great for a marriage.
It's like the most important
I
thing.
had a friend whose roommate did the same thing, but she had been married previous and got a divorce, and then she just decided to become born again virgin, I guess.
Yeah.
And then her future husband never, but he was a little bit older than you, and
He had never.
He had never. And then when they got engaged, it was like a 4-month dating situation. Got engaged, got married super fast. And the whole time she was like, I just really just want to have sex. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a natural feeling.
Yeah, but she was like,
Born again virgin's funny to me. That's just like the concept of it. It's like you can't go back.
well, I didn't meet her before she started dating the guy, so I don't know
Yeah.
if she became a born again for him or if she,
Oh, right. Like, hey, I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Like, we'll both not do it, and I won't do it with other people. I'll wait for you. type
yeah,
thing.
kind of a thing. It was weird.
And then he finds out that she's actually had sex with 70 men. But I'm born again for the last 3.5 weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how long
Every
do you have to
time
be
after-
celibate to
Right.
to be born again virgin? There should be a time limit to then get that credit. You can't just claim that, right? It should take.
well,
yeah,
how
you
many
have to, like,
years do you think
commit
it
to
should
it.
be?
Depends how many dicks you have or how many pussies.
Say 100.
30 years. No, but I'm saying
Who does your research? Stats will show that.
there is a chart. We should make this chart of how many dicks and vaginas for how long you could say you're born again virgin. How long do you think? You can't. You gotta wait at least a year, right?
Until saying it afterwards.
Until you can claim that you're a born again virgin. You can't just.
I
Claim
think it's more like going forward. So
Yeah.
If you like. I mean, if I don't know how to say this. But
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
I see what you're saying.
Once you say it, it's like, okay, none till you're married.
Also, if you're abstaining because it's your own choice,
Yeah.
like if you're like, oh yeah, I'm a born again virgin. If it's because no one wants to fuck you, that's totally different too.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
You're like,
You're not born
are
again.
you?
Yeah.
You're just
You're just
unattractive.
dead. You're just, we're so proud of you.
The Lord loves you though.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least somebody does.
No matter. Yeah, that's So how long? So you're married now 11 months. You're
11
celebrating
months.
each month.
Yeah, we try to do
Celebrate each day.
yeah, even on days that we're fighting.
Do you fight?
Yeah, you've been married. It's hard, man.
Yeah.
Living with someone like constantly with anybody you live with, even
Especially
as
in
roommates.
New York, small apartment.
Yeah. I mean, it's my favorite thing, like living with her, but it also just we're human,
Yeah.
and you're gonna fight about stuff. And it's little stupid stuff,
Yeah.
and you realize like, wow, I'm such a selfish person.
Yeah.
I do feel like people treat it more as like a contract, marriage more as a contract instead of it being like a living, breathing thing.
Yeah,
I feel
true.
like it's like something you have to nurture and grow and bring alive.
Yeah, and you can never stop working.
Yes,
Yeah. It's
ever.
like, oh, we're good. We put in our work for a year, so let's coast until we die.
Sounds exhausting. What was the last fight over? Dishes?
No, it was probably about me being like indecisive or something.
She needs a decisive person.
Yeah.
I'm very indecisive.
Yeah. A lot of arguments were just like me not deciding stuff or me not planning. That's a big argument.
Oh my God. That
I
drives
hate
me.
planning.
I
It's
hate
not in me.
planning.
It's not in me.
It's the worst. Especially when that's the beauty of being single and alone and sad. You can plan. You don't have to plan.
Yeah, you can just like, hey, on Saturday I'll just do what I want to do,
Yeah.
and if I happen to do this, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But you gotta communicate expectations. It's a huge thing, huge thing in the Schissler household.
So does she just accept that you don't plan and
No,
she
no.
plans?
You want to get better.
She's really good at planning and likes to know like what to expect when we're gonna do something. And me planning something shows like, oh, he put time and thought into this for us to do something together. And it's just not natural for me. So it takes extra work for me to go, okay, I'm gonna decide Saturday morning, we're gonna go to the museum and then a cafe. And that is like monumental to me. But really it's so easy.
Yeah.
Really, I could just be like, hey, Friday night, let's go get ice cream. She's like, oh, you planned something. And like, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
But I just suck at it.
Do you have to say it on like Monday or can you say it Friday?
A couple days in advance. is
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
My sister has that. I have that too, I guess. We talked about this. My sister won't let me visit spontaneously. Like she could have her schedule completely open, and I'm like, hey, can I come this afternoon? She's like, no.
I have no sister.
Actually, I could pencil you in. My brother's a big plan. My older brother, very planner.
Yeah. If people change plans with me, it sends me into Never Never. I'm like, ah.
Really?
Yeah.
Vacation is like a time to just do whatever the hell you. And my brother's like, from 9 to 10 we got skee ball, and then from 11 to 12 we got whatever. Like, and it's just like, what do you want to do today? And I was like, nothing.
Just what I feel like.
I don't know.
I might want to do skee ball, but maybe I want that at 11 instead of 9.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
somewhere
she
in the
gets mad
middle.
at me when I veto a lot of. I'm like, nah, you go do that part. I'm gonna take a nap during that part. And she's like, what?
You don't want oh, because you hate me, clearly.
Yeah. But it's not about that. It's just about you just want your own time at that point.
Yeah. She also schedules me for like things where she's like, here's my sister, the clown. Go be funny. And then you're like, oh God.
Funerals.
Everyone's sad. Make it not sad.
Look at Mara, everyone. She's a clown.
So you communicate to get through things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, communicate. And it's another, like you were saying, like you got to find a middle ground of like, okay, we'll plan some things, but then we'll also have days where we can just
like,
play by
la,
ear.
la.
And
Yeah. On balance.
a lot of balance.
What are you gonna do for your 1 year?
We got a suite in San Diego. We're going to be out there for New Year's.
Aww.
So just like, we'll be staying at our parents' place, but then for our 1 year.
Anniversary.
Yeah, we'll do like a
You planned that?
dinner. We planned it together. We planned it together, which means that she looked up all these hotels and was like, hey, how about this stuff? I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
So that's us planning together.
Oh, man. I'm not getting married. The last guy, I was like, I'm getting married because he got divorced 5 times. And I was like, that's awesome. There's no expectation. But I feel
Wait,
like
why is that awesome? That's
Because
exhausting and expensive.
That's
and
there's somewhere in the
soul-crushing
middle.
and-
But the idea that it's going to, knowing it will fail is kind of intriguing to me. But yours seems like it's going to last a while. So, all right, yeah. Anything you want to plug? Actually, we got to do the bidet. Do you like bidets?
Yeah.
When he does this, you can just make it more casual and
Yeah,
roll
I
into
know. I
it. You
messed
just
up that
immediately go.
Messed up that. All right.
I thought you did really, really good.
Have you ever used a bidet?
Yeah.
Yeah?
When we went to Europe and it was
And the
life-changing.
best thing ever?
I'm like, why don't we have
Oh,
these?
you gotta
Oh my
buy 'em.
gosh. We are, what's our
Yeah.
sponsor?
Our sponsor is HelloTushy.com or Tushy.
Tushy.com is porn.
Hello Tushy. No, but hello.
Don't go there.
Hello Tushy.
I know.
It's not Hello
you know
Tushy,
what?
it's Tushy.me.
You're right. I went to Hello Tushy and it's like the weirdest fucking site.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's like crazy, man.
Oh, my bad.
Tushy.me.
Bought a lot of other stuff on there.
Tushy.me.
Okay,
was.
Tushy.me. Tushy.me. And use our pass
No,
code.
promo code.
Promo code.
We're gonna have them on.
Happy Butthole.
Yes.
Use
They're gonna
our
come
porn
on
code.
next time.
Promo code Happy Butthole. Bidets are amazing, right? It changed. You got to get one. You hook it
Yeah,
up right to
I'm a
your
full supporter of
toilet.
that.
It's like $70.
They're so cheap.
Yeah, they're
they
the kind
are.
that like clip on top.
Yeah.
or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're so easy to clean around. They have hot water.
Do you have the one with hot water?
I do, yeah.
Do you also have the one with hot water?
I
And
don't, but I
so you use it with cold?
I need it. I need to cool off this hot asshole.
And I just realized that you can change the spray intensity. I mean, you can do it there, but then you can also change the. It's so good.
You could get
It's
your
so-
vagina. Where can we find you?
I have been doing the lean forward for a while.
You've been doing the what? Lean forward?
Yeah, she gets on all fours.
I'm like, turn it on, roommate.
Like, keep
You're in the other
recording.
room. Yeah.
Hold the camera steady.
This one goes on Tushy.com.
And the pussy.me. Here, so where can we?
Oh, that's my website.
Yeah. Is that yours?
You can find me just anywhere online. Paul Schissler. It's like Twitter, Instagram.
SCHISSLER.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And Marshall,
Sellunch.com.
you can find me at Andrew T. Collin, Instagram or Twitter. And Mara.
You can find me at Mara Merrick if you want to follow me directly, or you can follow our podcast at Happy Never After Podcast, or on Twitter, HNA Pod.
Rate and review.
Please rate and review. Share it with some friends.
A lot of
Yeah.
rating, not so much reviewing.
A lot of rating, not a lot.
We
but
want
also
more
we
reviews.
need some shares.
Oh,
Yeah.
shares.
Why
yeah.
don't you share it?
Share it?
Yeah, that's how
Stop
we
being
get
such
the
a
word out.
fucking asshole.
Oh no, we love you.
We love you guys though.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Later.